like we're there. Go ahead and thumbs up, because I think this is going to be an awesome stream. Yeah. All right.
I hear you loud and clear on your end.
A lot of what?
I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay.
Your mic is working.
Yay. Okay. We're going to play Unwritten Tales. I played the second one. I haven't played the first one. I haven't beaten the second one. So we're going to play this one. And then we're going to play the second one. Yeah. Scroll that prologue. And hide the bugs.
Our world is at war. Only the old can remember a time without fear, without bloodshed. Defeat followed victory. Victory followed...
You already wrote that, dude.
No one
you already wrote that. Stop writing the same thing over and over again.
Who would ever have thought that it would fall to someone like me, an old archaeologist?
What, is supposed to be a funky looking bunny or something?
I don't know. But he's already written this page. Come on, move on to the next one.
Nor on the peak of a fiery mountain. No, I found it in an old book. I only hope that luck has not abandoned us. What's happened to Beetle and the Archmage's men? Doesn't he know how...
Sorry, I didn't mean to edit your narration.
So then, you're MacGuffin, are you? Archaeologist, adventurer, and future trophy on my mother's living room wall.
And you are Monkus, dastardly son of the Archwitch Mortroga. What do you want from me?
I think you know that. Where is it? We know that your feeble-minded servant was on the way to that damned magical trickster Alistair.
I won't tell you anything.
Take him away. Mother, ways and means of squeezing what we need to know out of him.
Sorry.
Oh well, we're several days away from the wildlands. It's just as safe here as in the Elfburrow. Oh, then, if it was left up to them, I'd just be spending the whole day... What's going on? No, of course I won't do anything stupid. You're right, we should get help. Quick, back to the Elfburrow. Oh boy.
So the dragon's not on our side. Gotcha. Alright. We gotta change some levels here.
Let's do it.
Oh. Hint, you can move using left. Okay. Oh, I apparently skipped the last one.
One end of the rope is not tightly. I could use it to swing onto the other side of the leg.
Whee! Alright. I guess I gotta get past the tutorial first.
The metal cage is fastened onto the dragon's harness. The old gremlin's in the cage. He hasn't noticed me yet.
I don't know if I want to talk to him, though.
Hey, hello, you there?
Who are you?
More interesting to me is who you are and why someone's tried to kidnap you.
Professor MacGuffin's the name. I'm an archaeologist. I've discovered something. Something important.
And they want it?
Oh, yes. You've no idea how much they want it.
Forget what the shadows have planned. In the end, some knight in shining armor will come to our rescue.
You may scoff, but they would have to skin me before I tell them what I know.
Okay then, I'll release you and let you mortals carry on playing at war.
No! We've got no time to lose. You must take this ring. Take it to the Archmage Alistair in the town of Seastone on the coast. He will send someone to my house. The book that describes where it is hidden is there in my secret cellar. He must get it to safety.
And what about you?
I will win you as much time as I can. I can endure torture for hours, days if need be. The pain, the humiliation, the agony of body and soul.
Perhaps I should just release you and we'll do without the pain and death bit.
That would, of course, also be an option. Less dramatic, but if you insist, I can hardly stop you.
How can I get you out of there?
Good question. This cage is well built and the lock won't be easy to deal with.
I could untie the cage and then it would smash when it hits the ground.
Just like my old bones. But it's not a bad idea. On the way to Mortroga's fortress, we'll fly over the White Ridge Mountains. Everything's covered in snow there, and the dragon will fly low over the peaks. We could try it there.
That was a joke. The chances of that working are about 1,000,000 to 1.
Can't see any other way to escape. Fighting is not an option.
Let me see how the cage is fastened.
You do that. I'll be here if you need me.
No idea what's going on here, but I should probably release the old gremlin before we get into enemy territory. We'll have to see how we go after that. This rope fastens the cage to the dragon. I have to undo it if I want to drop the cage onto the mountains. Oh, this is too tight. I won't be able to undo this just using my hands, but if I had a knife or a sword, I could perhaps cut the rope. Transport dragons can move great loads, like these barrels, wooden posts, and this big crate. I don't think that this stuff will help me a whole lot.
Do I have an inventory? I guess not yet.
Hey, MacGuffin.
What is it?
I guess not.
The cage has been secured with a thick rope. I can't release it using my bare hands.
Then you'll have to cut through the rope.
Splendid idea, but I don't have a knife.
Then get your hands on one. The kidnappers up there are sure to be armed.
I fear that could be true. I'll just carry on then. You wait here.
Okay, so can I go up there then and sneak up there?
Dragon's back.
No.
I can't reach the support strut.
Can I do something? Nothing with the bedroll.
This rope fastens the cage to the dragon. I have to undo it if I want to drop the cage onto the mountains. This is too tight. I won't be able to undo this just using my hands, but if I had a knife or a sword, I could perhaps...
Okay, I mean, it doesn't seem like it should be much just to climb up this leather strap.
That's the way up onto the dragon's back. I can't reach the support strut.
Alright, if I hit, is there a thing that tells me? There we go. So the only thing I can do is talk with him, look at the rope, and look up there. Okay.
Hey, MacGuffin.
What is it?
Isn't it a trifle improbable that a 50-meter-long dragon with a pathetically small wingspan could be physically capable of transporting such a substantial amount of gear?
How should I know? I'm an archaeologist, not an aeronautical scientist. I don't concern myself with trivialities. I see it flying, so I believe it.
I, however, find it illogical.
Then it must be magic.
Hmm?
If something isn't logical in this world, then it's always down to magic. Very practical. You can explain everything like that. Something's flying that can't fly? Magic!
If I'm going to steal a knife from the kidnappers, then I need to get onto the back of the dragon. There's a support strap there. If I could reach it, I'd be able to pull myself up.
No problem. Here, take this.
A whip?
It's always served me well. You could use it as a rope.
I'll just carry on then. You wait here. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da.
What? Yes, yes, I was evil and beastly. Yes, I'll bring him with me, Mother. Yes, yes, yes. I have to go. Why? I'm steering a dragon, remember? You know, I'm not being curt with you. Yes. Good. Yes. I'll see you later. Love you too. Oh, by the gods, how I hate her! Not much longer, Monkus, not much longer. Soon you will have it in your hands. But you have to be careful, Monkus. Mother is mistrustful. She has her agents everywhere. And you are talking to yourself. Better shut up.
There appears to be some truth in the gremlin's story. It's vital that I rescue him. If I remain right here on the outside, then they won't be able to spot me from the driver's cabin. I could really do with one of those swords, but I can't reach the stand without the sorcerer seeing me. A thin wooden stick with the flag of the Shadow Army. The stick's been tied loosely to the railing. Got it, and the sorcerer hasn't noticed. I think I can reach the sword with the stick, but getting it over here would be a bit risky. The goblin would notice the stick and I'd have a knife in my stomach before I could say, uh-oh.
Okay, what about the other one then?
An old cardboard box. It seems to be some kind of emergency kit if the dragon crash lands. There are a few moth-eaten blankets in the box, a bit of dried meat covered in white mould, and a blue and red potion, and... a line with a fish hook. It looks quite serviceable. I'll take it with me. I'll knot the line to the tip of the stick, and hey presto, I've got a fishing rod. That
That was just silly. It was magic.
I should warn MacGuffin that we're in business. Perhaps he might change his mind. Hey, MacGuffin.
What is it?
So what is this discovery of yours then? A great treasure? A weapon?
I can't tell you. Too dangerous. Actually, well, I don't have it either.
What do you mean?
I found a clue in an old book as to where the artifact... where it is hidden.
Artifact. It. This is getting more and more cliché.
Cliché? The struggle of good against evil is never cliché.
Yes,
You
it
mentioned
is.
your secret cellar. Is that where the book's hidden? Pretty risky. I've got a sword and can cut through the rope as soon as you're ready.
Fine. I'm ready when you are. We're over the mountains. It's now or never.
Are you really sure?
Yeah. But if I don't survive or they catch me, then you'll have to fetch the book from my secret cellar and take it to the Archmage.
Ah,
Isn't this a
shit.
strange coincidence? A young pretty elf walks through the woods unarmed and is suddenly caught up in an adventure.
Don't talk. Just cut me free.
The right moment is close. There's the mountain. Good luck, MacGuffin.
Whoops. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
You're free now, dragon. I don't know how jumping off is going to do us any good, but okay. Oh yes, back then when games actually decided they wanted to do intros. Just like movies. Producer King Art. Producer Philip Kulhoff and Thomas Jahan. This guy was really animated. He was just full of lead the entire production.
Wilbur, working hard at it, saving the world.
I'm almost done, you.
I could see. Beavering away, eh? What were you this time? A knight riding high on his horse? Or one of those funny little mages again, eh? Hey, hero. I've got a job for you. A quest. Send my new house robot off on a rat hunt. That rat's got it in for my precious hops. And if I don't plant them, beer's going to be a wee bit scarce.
I've never heard of a hero having to catch rats.
You're not a hero yet, laddie. You're still my helper. And that being the case, you'd better get your act together. Then you can finish up here and go and have some more heroic daydreams. I need to go and do a quality control check on barrels 2034 to 2038. I've got a feeling there might be something wrong with the 2030 batch. We'll see. We'll see.
I
A
don't
large
know.
crate. It
Hmm?
must have been delivered as I swept.
I'm doing my taxes while I watch you.
Let's see.
Oh.
Finally.
Not a chance. I'll never get this crate open with my bare hands.
You just don't have faith in bare hands.
Bare hand.
That's the exit, but I can't call it a day yet. First, I have to teach the house robot to catch rats.
That is a big window to leave open in the kitchen.
The sun is pretty low. It'll be dark soon. The stove isn't used much, though this morning the master brewer heated up a few beer sausages on it.
That sounds wonderful.
The rubbish bin is almost overflowing. Presumably it's my job to empty it, but oh well.
What was that? You're just gonna grab things and not tell me what it
A
is?
pile of dirty dishes. The longer the other dwarves are away, the less attention the master brewer pays to things like this. An old, rather dirty cooking pot.
It's a little bit radioactive. Oh, just rubbish. That's all it is.
This pump can be used to pump water up from deep in the mountain, although I wouldn't bet on it still working.
Alright, see if it works.
I thought so. Broken. The dwarves have a lot of work ahead of them when they get back. If they come back. Dwarven fast food. But I'm not hungry. That is the Bastion's emblem. Actually, an entire battalion of dwarves is supposed to be stationed here. Each battalion consists of 7 companies, which in turn consists of 7 platoons. Each platoon consists of 7 squads of 7 dwarves. Dwarves have this thing for the number 7. I know. A very roughly knotted net at loose ends. Maybe it's used for fruit. Although I've never seen any fruit around here, the master brewer prefers heartier fare. I call it A History of Dwarven Cuisine, the Last 3 Weeks by Wilbur Weathervane. Ugh. The pipes run through the walls and floor. They are part of the central beer supply system, which runs through the whole bastion.
Oh.
You trying to do the same thing you did
It
last
says
night?
the country's best pubs on it.
No.
It shows the area reaching from our beautiful White Ridge Mountains down to the sea,
That
where the
is
humans live on the coast.
it.
That's the master brewer's favourite spot. He likes to relax there in the evenings.
Okay.
Nah, the net is pretty coarsely woven. The rat would probably slip through. Besides, I don't feel like sticking my hand in the dark hole.
That's what she said?
I don't know what county this is. Select the county where you live
Mutant
on.
slime. Maybe I should have thrown
I
out
don't
the
know
rest
what
of that
county
chocolate
this
pudding.
is.
I'm not
I'll
likely
have
to be
to
able to
ask.
catch the slime with
I'll
a
be
net.
right back.
It's too slimy.
Alright.
I'd point it out to the master brewer, but then I'd be the one who ends up washing it all up. The master brewer says these kettles are used to make beer. This is his private setup, and the proper ones are in the cellar. The master brewer says it's very easy to brew beer. Still, he did go to school for years to learn how. The stove is still a little warm. You couldn't cook anything on it, but you could heat something up. The stove is still a little warm. A tin coffee pot. It hasn't been used in ages. And guaranteed not for coffee. The master brewer doesn't trust non-alcoholic drinks. The coals in the oven have kept the stove warm. I don't really think I'll be able to scoop the slime out of that pot.
Had to get the county that we are. I couldn't remember.
There is no way I'm taking that pot with the evil slime in it. Slime can be really evil. Bad slime.
Bad slime. Bad. Oh, hey, look, a
Dwarf-sized
crowbar.
So it's pretty big. Let's see. What's that? Ah, the user manual. An X100 house robot. A practical helper for home and garden. It's off. Looks like there's no power. Wood elvish. Succubushish.
Succubushish.
Here we are. Dwarven. Thank you for purchasing an X100 house robot, the latest in house robot technology. Feed the X100 the stinking remains of your disgusting existence, but absolutely no broccoli or Brussels sprouts. Rats. There. Rat care. Rats breeding. Rat hunted. Rat hunted. In order to hunt rats or vermin of any kind, you must first feed the X100 with DNA from your target. DNA carriers include hair, blood, sweat, snot, and other things.
Are we gonna have to milk a rat?
Okay, so first I have to give the robot a little garbage
Milk
appetizer
a rat?
to start it up before I feed it the main course, rat DNA. Fine. The robot gets its energy from rubbish. That's got the power supply sorted out then. The robot already had its rubbish, and I don't want to spoil it. Besides, it's already running.
Okay. New in there.
Dwarfs are excellent stonemasons. That fireplace is proof. A thieving rat. Devious and dangerous. It always runs into its little hole when I get too close. A thieving rat. Nah, the net is pretty. Besides, so the robot is activated. Now, how did that rat hunting bit go again? In order to hunt rats or vermin of any kind, you must first feed the X100 with DNA from your target. DNA carriers include hair, blood, sweat, snot, and other things.
Hopefully we don't have to collect
The
the
map shows
other
the area between
things.
here and the human town of Seastone. That seems to be the rat hole where the little beast plans its raids. Back where you belong, on the stove. I don't really think I'll be able to scoop the slime out of that pot. So the robot is active in DNA.
Direct deposit, stupid.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir.
Aye, aye, Wilbur.
Did you know there's an evil slime living in a pot in the kitchen?
Oh, yes, it nicked a sausage off me this morning.
Well, doesn't that bother you?
Well, yes. Live and let live, I say. As long as it doesn't develop a taste for beer.
That's all that matters, huh?
Is everything okay with the beer?
That's not so easy to say. It's complicated with beer.
Why
You
must
initially
you ask me
think,
this shit?
that tastes good. But then, bam! The finish is all off. Earthy and musty, and there's nothing you can do. But of course, you can't really tell from just one pint.
Where are the other dwarves anyway?
All away fighting. You know that. There's been nobody here except me for years. I'm keeping the whole place ticking over. If you weren't here, lad, I'd probably have pegged it from loneliness long ago.
What's the news from the front? The Alliance is winning, isn't it?
It's a proper mess. They just swing back and forth. It's been like that for years. Neither side has the advantage. Today, we take Finsterberg, and tomorrow the Shadow Army plunders Auenheim. Today, we take care of Garrett the Throat Slitter, and tomorrow they nobble Bella Sunnythaw. At the moment, we've got Mortroga's fortress under siege, the old Arch-Witch. Not getting anywhere fast, though. It could still be years before either side gets the upper hand.
Hopefully we do.
Aye, let's hope so.
Do you miss the other dwarves a lot?
Aye, there's not much going on here now, that's for sure. In the old
I hope this
days,
is
it was
correct.
packed and rowdy every night. Stone Chomper and Bolin the Bear, Peppo and Talon. He could beat anyone at finger wrestling. And then, of course, there was Billant, our leader with his golden tankard. Now I've only got you here. You're not exactly a party animal.
Maybe the other dwarves will come back soon.
Aye, and then they'll tell their tales of adventure, the times they've had and what they've been through. And me, I can only listen on.
I'd like to hear their stories, seeing as though I'm not with them myself. So I'm supposed to uncrate the robot and send it after the rat.
Definitely. Shouldn't be too difficult for you, being a gnome and all. You've got the right kind of hands for all that technical stuff.
I'm not really all that into technology. I'm more interested in the mysterious powers of magic.
Finalizing my taxes.
Well, in that case, I'm sure there's some instructions in the crate. Shouldn't be that difficult for Mr. Mage.
I'll take care of the robot then, and the rat.
Aye, go on then.
I'm getting a little bit out.
Actually,
Yay.
dwarves have a thing for beautiful architecture. But when it comes to the beer supply, compromises are sometimes made.
Get
The map shows the area between here and the human town of Seastone. I love our beautiful White Ridge Mountains. It's just a touch quiet around here. The stove is still a little warm. So the robot is active. In order to DNA carriers. I'm not likely to be able to catch the slime with a net. It's too slimy.
Excuses, excuses.
Okay, now I just have to wait.
Ugh! It looks like the X100 really liked that rubbish. At least it's purring like a cat. Now I just have to get it to hunt like one.
See?
Ugh! Now I just have...
It's like I have 3 closing shifts and only 2 mid shifts for next week and the
The rat has chewed through the wood. There's some fur hanging from a splinter. Ooh, I'll take that.
Really? Alright. Just had to look at the
And now
look
the
at its
fur.
abode.
A source of rat DNA.
Go. Hunt down the rat.
What
And
the
it's gone.
fuck?
It won't be back anytime soon either. Problem solved. Hello, Master Brewer, sir.
Aye, Wilbur.
The rat's gone.
I saw. It's amazing what you little gnomes can puzzle out, eh? The rat's lost his appetite for my hops at any rate. He won't be coming back for a while.
Can I call it a day now?
Course you can. Safe home, my lad. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you later, lad.
And another day ends. And, as usual, I didn't save any princesses, or fight any dragons, or hunt any orcs. I chased a rat off. And I didn't even do it myself. I used a fully automated robot instead. It's going to take more than that before my statue stands next to Knight Tilo in the Hall of Heroes, but I'm going to make it one day.
Mm-hmm. I can be a hero too.
Yeah.
I wanna be the very best.
Hey, you! Boy! You've got to get me out of here! Quickly, please. I was abducted. An elf freed me. They want... You've got to believe me. I have the key to something that could determine the fate of the war. Listen, boy. It's too late. You see this ring? It's the key. Take it to the human archmage in the town of Seastone. You understand?
But...
all of our fates depend on it.
Oh, dear, nobody's going to believe this. There's no way I'll make it down to the human town by the sea on my own. I need help. I should ask the Master Brewer for help. Or Grandad. He fought for the Alliance. Of course, it's pretty cold all year round up here in the mountains. But this year, winter came particularly early. It worked. I got one. Probably the statue of some famous dwarven leader. I don't know much about their history. That's the entrance to my family's gnome hole. We've been living here for generations. Hey, my mechanical flying fish Nemo. How did you get there? One of the few technical devices I ever built. Well, to be honest, actually my father and my sister really, but I did watch. It still works. A solid example of gnome technology, if I do say so myself. Those are the controls for our living space optimization unit. My father invented them. That's the lever for my parents' bedroom. I can't use it until they get back. That's the lever for my little sister's bedroom. I'm not touching that. She builds combat robots, and she kind of hinted that she knows how to protect her privacy.
You need some of those for your room?
This is my very cool room.
I might.
My old gnome scout rucksack. Pretty tough that, but somehow I always had the feeling it could have been a little larger. I wonder if putting small bags and pouches in it would increase the rucksack's capacity.
Jesus.
Not mentioning any games there
My
at
old
all.
tennis racket, although I was never very good.
Mm-hmm.
The cat gut is missing. What did I use that for? I'll just knot the loose ends around the frame. Done. Wouldn't want to play tennis with it, but it does make a fine scoop net. Oh, I can't reach that. Oh, I can't reach that. Gotcha. kitchen. Master Merlin's antibacterial kitchen cleaner. The dirt disappears like magic. If only I could cast spells like Merlin, or any other household cleaner for that matter. Mum hid the knives as a precaution after Grandad's knife-throwing training classes last year. She doesn't trust us anymore. A pale blue glowing liquid. Something tells me it's probably not good for you. My mum wrote super fertilizer on it, probably one of her genetic experiments. Our flour mill. Mother makes sure we eat a healthy diet. One day we... there's still some grain in the funnel. Barley, I think. A chair. And down we go.
Halt! Who's there?
Hi, Grandad. It's me.
I doubt it. What's the password?
Nuclear first strike, sir.
Correct. What do you want?
A gremlin gave me this ring. He said it's very important. He said the ring has to be delivered to the Archmage as quickly as possible.
A ring? Have you checked it for contamination?
What?
For curses, hexes, poison? What am I talking about? Of course you have. No one would accept a ring from a gremlin and not check it for curses. Dangerous little blighters, those gremlins. You shouldn't feed them after midnight, you know.
The gremlin said this ring could decide the course of the entire war.
Decide the course of the war? That would be... Where is this gremlin?
He's been kidnapped. He barely had time to give me this ring. It should be taken to the Archmage as quickly as possible.
The Archmage? Yes. He'd know what to do. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've trained for. This is the hour in which a stout youngster becomes an adult. The hour of glory. The hour of fame. Hour!
But what do you mean stout?
Does everyone know what they have to do?
No.
Right, men. Let it be so.
Grandad has this thing about secrecy. I think he's afraid of Shadow Army spies or something. Something my granddad is working on. No idea what it is. And I'm pretty certain I don't want to know either. I like my granddad, but his inventions are usually pretty dangerous.
Damn, that is actually cool for a little bit.
A huge machine, I mean, even for Grandad. He's really taking advantage of Mum and Dad being away. Parts of some machine or something. If it's useless, it's Dad's. If it's broken, it's Grandad's. And if it's dangerous, it's from my sister Meggie.
Wow.
An old extension arm. Very handy if you're too small to reach an object. Kind of a widespread problem amongst us gnomes.
Gnomes.
Gnomus.
That's one of Grandad's great inventions. A ship which travels underwater. It can already sink.
What the?
Those are jelly glowfish lamps. As long as you feed them every couple of weeks, they're good for years of light.
Years of life, okay.
That's Dad's spare toolbox. Well, he took his everyday tools, his travel tools, and his finest tools with him. Let's see. What have we here? Wrench, pliers, auger grease, a minotaur foot, a curse meter. I'll just take the entire box. I'd rather not take Nemo apart until I know what I'm looking for. Dad's vice brings back a lot of memories. Painful, mostly. Grandad?
Call me Colonel.
Just what exactly are we to do now, Colonel Grandad?
We've just discussed that. You get the equipment, I'll sort out the means of transport.
Equipment for what?
For what? For your journey to the town of the humans, of course. You need to pay more attention, my boy.
I'm supposed to... I thought someone else...
Who? I very much doubt you'll find anyone else here who's prepared to look death in the eye. This is your chance to be a tragic hero, my boy. A painful loss for the Alliance. Don't you want to be a hero?
Sure, I'd like to do something
funny.
exciting, but I'm not sure I'm ready to try being...
Try? There is no try, only do. This is your chance. You'll be a hero, and I'll show everyone that this old gnome is still good for something. So, here's the plan. You get yourself some good gear, I'll sort out the means of transport.
All right. I can have a look around, but no promises.
No promises.
About my equipment.
Yes? Have you got everything?
I don't know. What exactly should I take?
Let me think. You need a helmet. You can fight without legs, but you can't fight without a head.
Legs.
Jeez.
And you need a map of the area. Reconnaissance is everything. We are living in the information age.
So I need a map and a helmet. Got it.
And then, of course, you'll need a parachute. Better to be safe than sorry.
Just why I need a parachute?
Just a precaution.
Precaution.
Gosh.
I'll go look for the rest of my gear.
You do that. I've got enough to do here. But remember, never look a Medusa in the eye. And never look at anyone on the underground.
Right.
But you're in the underground.
The locker won't open. It was badly damaged 2 years ago in the devastating spring cleaning explosion. My mother is a real whole wife. She spends her time on chemistry, biology, genetics, and that kind of stuff. I don't even know what to do with one handful of barley. Why do I need two then? A flower pot full of potting soil. Doesn't look like Mother planted anything in there. Those are my mum's plants. She grows a lot of that green stuff. She keeps trying to genetically
Green
change the
stuff.
plants so they can grow up here amidst the icy mountains. This chair is completely uninteresting.
Completely.
One of my dad's inventions. He calls it a time measurometer. It splits the day into 2 periods of 12 hours each and shows which hour we are currently in. Master Brewer, sir! Hello? Master Brewer, sir! Where are you? Master Brewer, sir! Master Brewer!
What? What?
We have to tell the other dwarves there was this gremlin in a cage and he gave me this ring and...
What kind of ring, then?
This ring! It's a very important ring. The gremlin said all our fates...
Wilbur, I really don't have time for this kid stuff. I've got more important things to do.
But the ring has to be delivered to the Archmage down in the human town. The gremlin said it could end the war.
Listen, laddie, that's a ring. What's it supposed to be able to do?
It's... I have to. The gremlin wasn't lying.
Just think about it. When has anybody ever given an important ring to a little being like a gnome? That sort of thing just doesn't happen.
But...
That's enough. Now, go home. It's getting late.
I guess I can't expect any help from the Master Brewer. I can't grab it with the arm, and anyway, I might wake him. I'll have to distract him somehow. It's worth a try. Yikes!
What's happening?
Oh, nothing much. I just scared off a pixie.
What, here? At this time of year? The beasties are getting more and more cheeky.
Phew. That was close. I can't get to the map as long as he's sleeping there. I'll have to distract him somehow.
Alright, let's get that slime. Have some cleaner.
Oh my.
I can't get close enough. It'll snap at me and slime me. A perfect fit. Now we can make long-reaching attacks on bacteria. Now I'm going to do something I should have done a long time ago. It's too bad that slime had to be so evil. Now that's a helmet fit for a hero. It only stinks a little bit. So that should keep my head safe.
Jeez.
All I need now is the map and a parachute. The X100 makes a pretty good rat hunter. I just hope it never mistakes me for a rat. The bastion looks so impressive. However, many of the halls and corridors were never completed. The tarps are supposed to offer the stonemasons a little protection. They have to be pretty tough if they're out there in all kinds of weather. I'd rather not take knee.
Hmm.
Hmm. Alright, so all I need is a map and a parachute.
There's no
I
way I
don't
can
know
walk
where I'm
all
going
the
to
way
get a
to
parachute.
Seastone. That's many days' march through these mountains.
Mhm.
I call it A History of Dwarven Cuisine, the Last 3 Weeks by Wilbur Weathervane. It'll take a long time for the icicle to melt. After all, the pot isn't all that warm. I should speed up the melting process. It shouldn't take long to melt the icicle. The stove is still warm. The icicle is gone. All that's left is crystal clear water. A vial of my mum's super fertilizer. Scissors from my mum's kitchen, sharp and dangerous. It did its job and promptly switched itself off again. Our rat hunter here is quite the energy hog. That's my family. Right now, just Grandad and I are holding down the fort. The others are all at a technology trade show down south. My dad is a mechanic and a physicist. He primarily works on, things. Mother is just a whole wife and geneticist. The baby is my little sister Sydney. I think she'll be a researcher too. She once doubled her baby phone's data transfer rate using nothing but a rattle and a rubber ball. My other little sister is Meggie, my parents' pride and joy. She mainly
Meggie.
concentrates on robotics, combat robots to be exact. Grandad is a war veteran and conducts secret military research. Whenever Dad lets him in the workshop, that is. Looks like I'm the proverbial exception to the rule. I'd rather go out into the world and become a mage, a hero like Knight Tilo. But someone has to look after Grandad and the Master Brewer. I'm more of a local, unsung
I'll be
hero.
right back, passenger.
Alright.
Sometimes I think that thing uses time up instead of just showing it. And down we go. A thin, silvery elven rope. It's very light and almost unbreakable. Let's see. I pull the rope through the eyes on the rucksack. Yes, that works. Well, that won't work. It wiggles too much. I'd rather not take Nemo apart. Those cogs belong to Dad's living space optimization unit. The machine takes up a total of 3 rooms in our hall. Like I said, a chair to sit on. I think I'll just leave that alone. We gnomes have a golden rule, hands off another gnome's experiments. The plants have grown. I could have sworn they weren't here yesterday. Mum probably uses a really good fertilizer. Why should I fertilize potting soil when there's nothing planted in it? A good handful of barley from my mother's kitchen. I don't even know what to do with 1 handful of barley. Why do I need 2 then?
Roll.
A rolled up tarpaulin, probably just like the ones hanging all over the place.
Uh-huh.
I'll thread the rope through the eyes around the edge of the tarpaulin. Done. There we go. A parachute. So that's 2 of the 3 pieces of gear already. All I need now is the map.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think it would like that. Let's see how it likes this. Aha! It works. No, I can't. Well, maybe I can.
A dangerous thing to do.
I'm gonna burn in hell for this, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
I wonder if that would work. At least it would distract the Master Brewer a bit.
To arms!
Ah! Hello? Stop! That wasn't supposed to happen. I have a feeling that wasn't such a brilliant idea. Oh, I like the Master Brewer.
That was amazing. The eternal struggle of dwarf against machine. And I won!
Are you okay?
Of course! And why not? You think a stupid tin bucket's going to beat a proper dwarf? No chance. That was good. Something's happening at last. Cause for celebration. I think we should drink to that.
I think he's drunk with victory, so he shouldn't see anything. I have it. The map of the area. And that's the last of my gear. I must get back to Grandad. Fast.
Alright, as fast as those little legs will take you.
And down we go. Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Yes, report back.
I have the pot, helmet.
Excellent, soldier. The helmet will protect you from physical attacks. You can even sit on it and use it as a saucepan.
Ooh, how practical.
Let me see your helmet.
It's not all that great, I know, but...
What? It's a good helmet, and it's going to protect
And it
a good
clips.
soldier.
Oh god, is
That
it clipping?
Of course, as long as the
There we go.
enemy doesn't attack with dragons, or has wizards in its ranks, or magical swords, and doesn't go for your head.
Maybe I should look for some armor with magic.
Poppycock! That helmet will do.
I got a map.
Excellent. My commanding officer always said good maps are half the battle. Of course, you won't be needing it if everything goes well.
If what goes well?
But if not, it's always good to have a map with you, what?
Alright, last item.
Well, we can't expect any help from the Master Brewer. He doesn't believe the ring is important.
I didn't expect much more from that cowardly drunkard.
Grandad, he's my boss.
Some boss sits in his fortress drinking beer from dawn till dusk while his comrades are fighting on the front line.
I think he misses them.
Well, perhaps. But one thing's for sure. We are on our own, soldier.
I have a parachute.
Fantastic. Parachutes are hard to come by and are difficult to make yourself. After all, you'd only want to entrust your life in a quality product, not something makeshift you've patched together yourself.
Trust my life? But, of course. I mean, of course not. So, that's the last of my gear.
Excellent. We could get going if only my damn machine would work. But you can't find a thing in this house. No nitroglycerin, no dragon hide armor, no concentrated pillars of salt, no full mithril jacket bullets, nothing.
What do you need all that for?
For what? It's a war!
But we just want to deliver the ring to the Archmage. Don't you think a sled...
What? I need a nitroglycerin substitute. Something highly explosive. The only thing that comes to mind is good old dwarven ale.
Dwarven ale?
Devilish stuff. We reduced complete countries to ash and rubble with it. We loved the smell of dwarven ale in the morning.
Okay, I'll get you some dwarven ale. Anything else?
Yes, I need a cog. A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and lock ring locking. It's not a standard size, and I can't find one anywhere.
A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and locking lock ring. Sounds familiar.
Come back when you got the stuff. I'll sort out the rest. But bear in mind, the Dark Lord knows all of your thoughts.
Right.
Why does he know all my thoughts?
I think there's a cog in that flying fish, just like the one Grandad needs. Well, that won't work. It wiggles too much. Well, that won't work. It wiggles too much. And down we go. It's stuck. Poor thing. Shouldn't be a problem with the right tool. There you are. A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right hand thread and lock ring locking. Maybe that cog wasn't all that important. Fly. Maybe it was important. Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Yes, report back.
Here's the cog, Grandad. I had to break my flying fish for that.
War always involves sacrifice. Your flying fish was a hero, one of our best. We will honor his memory. Excellent. All we need now is the dwarven ale. Keep on with it.
Well then, I'll let you get on with your work.
Yes, and get a move on. We haven't got much time. But bear in mind, the Dark Lord knows all of your thoughts.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm not climbing up there, it's all iced up. I'd probably end up breaking my neck.
Maybe he'll give me
Hello,
some.
Master Brewer, sir.
Aye, aye, Wilbur.
Mr. Master Brewer, assuming I were to need some dwarven ale,
Dwarven ale? It's not allowed, unfortunately.
why not?
Have you heard about the explosion on Mount Winterpeak?
The volcanic eruption.
Volcanic eruption. Deep under that mountain
Yeah.
was the finest ale brewery in the whole dwarven world. My dad took me there when I was nothing but 2 beer crates tall. Can you imagine how
Lordy,
aled
lordy.
up we were?
Kind of. What happened?
Ah, well, some so-and-so cocked up, and boom! And that was that! All over for dwarven ale brewing. After the accident, it was banned as a substance of enjoyment. The sharp taste, the warmth in the throat, gone forever. Now it's only used in warfare and in the alchemy industry.
But you do know how to brew dwarven ale, don't you?
Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? Of course I know. I'm the master brewer. It's not difficult either. First, you get barley germinated in a malt house, then let them bloat up after leaving them dormant for a bit. Then
Well,
kiln dry the green malt, keeping it
I was
turned.
staying
Of
by
course, mill it,
the,
making sure that the husks don't
ding
get
dong number
destroyed.
2
The
that
husks?
had
What
to
are...
stay here.
Then mash the whole lot in a mash tun, obviously using a decoction procedure. After the iodine test, we get on with purifying and separating the malt from the beer wort in a slatted filter bed.
Of course, but...
In other words, we let the draft run through the mash pot. We then put the first wort in the brewing kettle, let it simmer, and add the hops. We let the wort settle to remove the trub crust, add the yeast, and then leave to ferment. Then we run everything through the pebble filter. That's all fair enough. Then it gets more complicated.
Stop!
What? We're just getting to the exciting part.
I'm sure we were, but I just abandoned the idea of brewing some dwarven ale myself.
Well, whatever you think.
Let's assume I need a small tankard of dwarven ale really, really urgently. Could you brew it for me?
Could do, but I'm not going to. It's not allowed.
Oh, come on. Who's going to notice? When was the last time another dwarf came by to visit us?
That's a fair time back.
You see? Wouldn't you just love a nice cold dwarven ale tonight to celebrate your victory over the
I don't
robot?
want my phone anymore.
Oh, dwarven ale is nectar. I'd certainly enjoy a wee taste of it again. No, but it's not going to happen. I'm missing a few ingredients.
And if I get them, would you brew up 2 tankards then? One for me and one for yourself.
Aye. It's a deal. You find me the missing ingredients, and I'll brew some dwarven ale.
Okay, what do you need?
crystal clear mountain water, hops, and some barley for malting.
But that's it? No deviled fire, salamander eyes, or dragon's breath, that sort of thing?
Jeez.
Nope. Water, hops, and malt. Then there's just a few secret ingredients and naturally synthesized aromatic substances and a couple of E numbers. But I've already got them here.
Okay, water, hops, and barley. I'll get them. Here's some barley from my mum's kitchen. Can it be used for brewing?
It's not the best, but it'll have to do.
I have a pot of crystal clear water for the dwarven ale.
Show me. Aye, that water's very good. We can use this.
Do you have any idea where I can get the hops?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that thieving rat took the best part of 5 sacks. I've not enough left. I've got to be careful with it.
The rat, huh? I have to go. Enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
If the rat has stolen that many hops, it might still have something stored in there. There's something in there. Something round. Ugh, hopefully it's not a giant rat dropping. It's a single hop. This is probably all that's left of the stock of hops.
I know what to do with that.
Okay, I'll plant the hop in the soil. Let's see what happens. I really can't imagine this stuff. Wow. Good fertilizer, that. Nah. Wow! A huge hop plant with tons of cones. I've picked about 10 cones. That should be enough for the dwarven ale. I've got some hops for the ale. Is this enough?
Ho, that's enough. I hope you haven't been whipping stuff out of my stock.
No. Well, only indirectly.
And that means I've got all I need to brew the lovely dwarven ale. Right, it's all go now then. Hey, laddie, just watch out that you don't get any of that in your eyes. It's dangerous stuff.
I'll be very careful. Thanks very much, sir.
Tell me, Wilbur, what do you need all that junk for? The dwarven ale and all the other stuff that you've been dragging out of here the whole evening.
Well, it's because of the ring. I need it. Grandad's helping me get the ring to the human town safe. Well, quickly.
Oh, Wilbur, it's dangerous for a young gnome like yourself out there.
I know, but I promised that gremlin, and I believe it really could be important. And I'd like to get out of here and achieve something.
Taste some adventure, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think that the ring is all that important. Not everybody's born for having adventures, my lad. But maybe you really do need to get out of here.
Really?
Aye, laddie. You still live with your parents, and you keep company with a very interesting, intelligent old dwarf. But that can't go on forever, can it now? So, if you do leave and go off on an adventure, even if it's just to Seastone, Then maybe you'll come back and visit and tell me all about it then, eh?
I promise.
Don't forget us. You're going to have to excuse me now. I've got an appointment.
Gonna blow up, isn't he?
And down we go. Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Yes, report back.
Here's the dwarven ale, Grandad.
Oh, my goodness, we must be careful with this. Now I have everything I need. It won't take long now. Prepare yourself for takeoff.
Take off? What do you mean by take off?
He doesn't
That's
mean
what you
take
meant
off
by
your
take off.
clothes.
Absolutely. I've aimed her at the town of the humans. That too was, of course, designed to shoot grenades. But I'm confident that she'll get your capsule there too.
Confident? Get me out of here. Please, Grandad.
Listen, my boy. I'm proud of you. You're doing something very brave. Sure, Wilbur. I'd like you to have these.
Your old aviator goggles. Oh, Grandad, I didn't think...
Too slow, my boy. Fire! Good luck.
Wow.
Okay. That's a building.
Where is it?
He still hasn't told us, Mother.
He will. Who else knows about it?
The Archmage won't know about it yet. We were able to intercept the servant, as you know. But
But
an elf, Mother. She tried to free MacGuffin. She might know something.
she needs to be watched.
Very well.
And now, Mr. Professor, let us have a little chat.
Oh well, no problem. I am an elf, and I'm fit. What now? I'll get the book out of MacGuffin's secret cellar and take it to the Archmage. No, they were all gone when I got there. They collected the cage and were off. Now it's up to us to get the book. Of course I don't have to, but, well, what else am I going to do? It appears to be very important.
Not
And
do
even
it?
if it
I
isn't
mean,
important, those shady fellows want to have that book. It's better that we get it out of the cellar before they get their grubby mitts on it.
Bloody mid.
Then don't help me. Why don't you just fly home? Just don't tell my parents anything. Ungrateful feathered fowl. A large brick fireplace. The fire grates on the outside, not inside the house. That's a bit unusual, but it does make sense if the professor doesn't wish to have an open fire inside. A pile of logs. There is no way that MacGuffin will get through the winter with such a small amount, not even autumn. 3 should be enough. An old watering can made out of metal. It's small even by gremlin standards. Once they get going, they'll burn for a few hours. Looks like a very ancient sarcophagus. Oh, strange. There are hinges on it, just like a door. Shame. Just a stinky mummy. What have we here?
What are you doing, Mortimer?
What the... Did you just speak? You speak?
Me? No.
Well, yes you do, quite obviously.
What is obvious?
That you can and do speak.
But of course.
But you just said that you didn't.
Why are you being so strange, Mortimer?
I'm not Mortimer.
Where is Mortimer?
You mean MacGuffin, the gremlin archaeologist who lives here, yes?
What?
Mortimer.
Yes?
You're called Mortimer?
No, of course not.
I think we're finished with this conversation.
I think you are slowly losing your marbles, Mortimer.
Presumably the sarcophagus lacks oxygen. I think these are all the things that the professor uses on his digs. A brush, a little shovel, a sieve. I'll take the sieve. The rest looks pretty useless. A large handwritten book. It looks like it's been used a lot. It's the gremlin's diary. Perhaps I'll find some hints about the cellar. Let's take a closer look. Who would have ever thought that it would fall to someone like me, an old archaeologist, to stop this madness? And I didn't find the key to it on one of my expeditions, not in dark dungeons or in fiery mountains. Oh no, I discovered the answer in an old book. He must mean the book that was hidden in the cellar, in which the information about the artifact's whereabouts is written. The notes end mid-sentence. I wonder why I haven't heard anything from Archmage Alistair yet. I sent Beetle out with a message for him yesterday morning. I hope nothing has... That was the last entry. There are others before it. That scatty mummy's in the sarcophagus. I don't think the centuries underground did it much good. What's this at the beginning of this page? Today I have been examining the books that I brought back from the Grindle Mountains. Amongst them was a book about herbs and tinctures. An old herbalist was adamant that I would find a recipe to cure my cold feet in it. What a disappointment though. Just superstitious nonsense about frog eyes and wool socks. I was just about to burn the book when I noticed that the volume contained other things. A disturbing tale of a tragic relationship between a magician and his pet sheep Boris, as well as a travel log written by a fairy explorer. The travel-log described how the explorer landed on an island in the West Seas whilst searching for undiscovered fairy tribes. He created several very beautiful sketches of the temple ruins that can be found on that island. I will use these to entertain myself and translate the runes he drew. The next entry was made 2 days later. It's only barely legible. The gremlin appears to have been very excited. It must be the entrance. The wrath of the gods caused the temple to sink into the ocean, of course. But not all, not all. Ye gods, my hands are still shaking despite the fact that Beetle made me a calming herbal tea before he left. Good old Beetle, he has obviously got no clue how significant my discovery is. I have sent him to Master Alistair, the Archmage of the Humans. He is to hand him a sealed letter. Tomorrow Master Alistair will arrive, and I can unburden myself of this terrible responsibility. I will not be able to sleep a wink. And next there's the last entry that I read out before. There's nothing else there.
Hmm?
Jelly glowfish.
A standard jelly glowfish. They're everywhere around here. This one here isn't glowing anymore, and won't ever again.
Oh no, it died.
Rest in peace.
A strange stone head. It's been roughly hewn but has a few fine embellishments. A carpenter's cup. It looks old. Not really worth a closer look. A stone casket placed in a wooden box. The box looks very cheap. It could be one of those storage containers. The stone chest is decorated with... What's likely to happen, eh? Sand. Is it me? Or has it just got much warmer in here? The chest is filled to the brim with fine sand. I haven't got a clue what else might be in there. I can hardly sift my way through the sand with my hand. There is something in there. A little brass key. A little brass key. Could belong to a drawer or some small box or... The back of the fireplace. When MacGuffin wanted to heat his food up, he just needed to put it into one of those little stoves.
5.
A small old-fashioned shield. The inside is highly polished. A wooden tub, about half full of water. Oh, great. This has the professor's washing floating around in it. White shirts, grey socks, red underpants.
Red What? Did I hear that correct?
Red underpants.
Wow.
Typical bachelor. Everything in a mess. Plates, pots, cups, covered with a sticky mixture of dust and fat. Dead flies. Oh, yuck. Books, books, and more books. Most are ancient tomes. They appear to be written in just about every language.
There we go. How much stuff in this room? All that bachelor living and stuff.
Let's see. There's a bit of paper in the box. The paper's densely covered with writing. Deus ex machina. The ghost in the machine is the heading. There's also a drawing of a stone figure. At its feet is a vessel containing liquid. Let's take a look. The ghost in the machine is wise to all the secrets of this house. That's what's written here. Blah blah. Pour the fuel into the bowl at the foot of the machine to awaken the ghost. Fuel? Ah, here. Grind the beans and tip the powder into boiling water, then pour the mixture into the bowl. We've already had that bit. You'll get the beans from the machine. Strange. A machine that's meant to be familiar with all the secrets of the house. Old parchment and yellowing papers, filled with texts in many different foreign languages, Adonisham Western, Quenya and Sindarin, and technical drawings in Kuzdul.
Gesundheit.
There's nothing more there of interest to me. A pile of parchments and papers, very old and a bit fragile. Must be that.
So good to see you, Mortimer. A very strange person was just here insisting that they were you.
That was me.
You? Mortimer? Why did you pretend to be you?
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Have you done something to your hair? You look so different.
Are you seriously mistaking me for a meter-high, wrinkly, bald old gremlin?
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Mortimer. Look at me. I've seen better days, too.
I am not Mortimer. Mortimer sent me. I'm looking for a secret cellar. Can you tell me how I can get into the cellar?
Into the cellar? Of course.
And where is the cellar?
What cellar do you mean?
What?
What? You have grown, Mortimer.
Yes, yes. Oh, how we laugh. A small old-fashioned shield. The inside is highly polished. I wonder what sort of machine is being talked about here. The paper indicates some kind of stone figure. All the rest is absolutely of no use to me at all without the machine. Looks like the base for a statue. It's made out of stone and it's covered with strange characters. I'm definitely not tidying up here. Why hasn't the gremlin's companion sorted this out?
A gremlin for a gremlin?
Huh?
Just wondering how long I've been at this.
Oh,
Getting a bit tired.
113 minutes ago.
Yeah. We got about 2 hours.
Yeah.
A wooden tub, about half full of water. Oh, great. This has the professor.
Yep.
I should wind up the rope first. The well rope is fastened to the windlass. Doesn't look particularly strong. That was suspiciously easy.
And snap.
The rope is broken and the bucket's probably at the bottom of the well where it's of no use to anyone. That should hold. Let's give it a whirl. It worked. This means that I have a gremlin watering can full of water.
Yay.
The groundwater is only a few meters down in this region. Presumably the well isn't very deep. I'd say this is a pretty basic millstone. Grain is tipped into the hole above and you then turn the upper stone. The flour then comes out of the side. A tatty-wonky scarecrow. Its clothing has been nibbled by mice, but the hat has something about it. A scarecrow that doesn't even scare Cheep Cheep is clearly of no use whatsoever. There's a stone in the undergrowth. There's something written on it, but I can't see what it is. That could be a little gravestone. I can't remove the undergrowth with my bare hands. It's very dense and has thorns.
Oh, you people in your bare hands.
Bare hand.
Not being able to, how to use them.
Right.
Perhaps a memento from one of the professor's expeditions. Wait, there is something else. There's a six-sided flat stone hidden under the paper. It has something a bit like a knob on the top of it. A six-sided flat stone with some kind of knob in the middle. The knob's convenient for holding. Would appear to be a mirror frame. There are still a few broken shards of the old mirror around the edges. The mirror's turned so it reflects the fireplace. Strange. I wonder what sort of machine is being talked about here. The paper indicates some kind of stone figure. All the rest is absolutely of no use to me at all without the machine. A swinging metal frame. You can hang pots or something of that sort onto it and then swing it over the fire. The watering can with the cold well water is hanging on the metal arm. MacGuffin has a lot of flammable objects. He presumably doesn't want an open fire and sparks flying around in the house. The warmth will spread through to the walls inside. They'll burn well. They're dry as bone. Strange. Someone's fitted a wooden shutter in front of the little window. Looks like the shutter can be opened. It's pretty high up. An upturned flower pot made of clay. There's a stone under it. That could be a firestone. That's coming with me. Presumably the professor wanted to prevent the stone getting wet. I'll give it a go. What? Let's see. The water's boiling. A watering can full of hot water.
Don't know what I'm going to do with that, though.
Neither do I.
Threaten the mummy with it, maybe?
Possibly. You could. But it might not work.
No.
A daring structure, and just like the whole house, pretty wonky. Doesn't look as if it'll last long.
But if it does, it'll be because of magic.
Magic.
What's that? A box with some kind of glass eye. It seems to be hanging directly in front of the gable window. I haven't got a clue what it's for.
32 by... No. Oh god, it's supposed to sleep
There's a
today.
six-sided indentation on the base. Perhaps the mounting for a statue.
I'm gonna attempt to... If it's not doing anything
Let's see.
by noon and I'm
Fits
either
perfectly.
still awake
I
or
wonder if I...
waking up by noon, I'm gonna see if my roommate will take me to
How pretty.
the dollar store, and then I'll just walk home.
Mm.
Maybe.
The vessel's a few centimetres deep and empty. There are some brown stains on the bottom.
I'll see if I'm still awake.
This
or
must be the ominous
waking
machine which is
up,
reputed to have a ghost living in
depending
it.
on how
The
late I
vessel at
stay
its
up.
base must be for fuel. The statue has small holes in its nose, and it appears
Because
that the mouth could be
obviously
opened.
I took a nap earlier.
Mm.
The vessel's a few centimetres deep and empty. There are some brown stains on the bottom.
I reached for something wrong. My hand hurts.
Hello? You in there? Ghost? Give me beans for your draft. Oh, mighty ghost in the machine, give me the beans for your delicious, godly draft. Let's look at it this way. If you don't give me the beans, then I won't be able to prepare your stupid draft, and that won't be of any use to anyone. Why the wait?
Well, apparently that worked. I don't know why that worked, but okay.
That was funny, no offense.
It works. The beans are being ground to powder. That's it. Very well. The water's turning brown. And it smells... lovely. That's the fuel for the machine sorted. And woe betide if this whole effort's in vain. Hello?
That wasn't a spirit.
Ghost. I have
What
to
the
find the
fuck?
secret cellar. Will you help me?
No, that was not a spirit. That was creepy.
Okay.
A clever mechanism.
It's a
So
hidden
this
staircase.
is the legendary secret cellar. The cellar continues on behind these bars. I can't see anything, but I bet that the book's in there somewhere. A small, fat figure. She's holding a mirror above her head. Looks ancient. Guess even a secret cellar is in the end just a cellar, and all cellars have gardening tools such as these gardening shears. Strong iron bars without a door or lock. Behind it is a dark room. I somehow have to open the bars. There are 3 carved figures by the bars. Each one of them has a different precious stone. This one here has a blue sapphire in its head. A staff approximately 2 meters long with a top made of bronze. Looks like something's missing there. This picture seems to indicate that a ruby belongs in there. As long as I'm not expected to do the gardening now. A small circular opening in the ground. It's decorated with an ancient script, just like the picture on the wall. A small circular opening. This figure looks a bit like a dog. One of its eyes is a large ruby. This figure looks a bit like a dog. One of its eyes is a large ruby. This bird has an eye made out of a blue precious stone. I think it's a sapphire. No chance. There has to be a secret mechanism to open the bars. The sad remains of extinct cultures, and of the last camping trip. I don't believe it. Now I've ended up doing the gardening. It is indeed a gravestone. A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it. gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it.
Alright, little birdie, what you got for me?
Tweet, tweet.
Do you have any idea which artifact could be so powerful that it could make someone into the ruler of the world? No, that's been lost to the depths of the ocean. No, that's been thrown back into the same fire that was used to forge it. No, I haven't got a clue. It must be something that no one bargained for, something that no one has ever looked for. It'll be in the Gremlins book. If only I had it already. Hey, Cheep Cheep, you'll never believe it. I found the secret door and I've been into the cellar. Hey, I could do with a bit more encouragement here, silly bird. Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry, you aren't a silly bird. Good luck, little one, and don't get up to any mischief.
Can't stop me. That's what that bird said.
A pumpkin patch. Not particularly well cared for.
That's what I heard
Presumably
too.
MacGuffin spends a lot of time buried in his books and not enough time in his garden.
No, what the bird was saying was, F you can't stop me. How are you holding up, passenger?
I think I'm doing alright.
A small circular opening in the ground. It's decorated with an ancient script, just like the picture on the wall. A picture
I'm
on a
currently
stone slab
sitting on my bed
depicts
at
a
the
man in a
moment.
robe with a staff in his hand.
Mm.
A jewel is glinting in the
Because,
headpiece of the staff.
I can only sit
Some
so
sort
long
of
on the
light
chair.
beam shining on it.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I want to get a new computer chair that's more comfortable.
A small fat figure. She's holding a mirror above her head. Looks ancient.
Because the way my hip's been killing me, just I can't sit.
I think I'd better take the staff
sit
with me.
on one
It
thing
might come in handy
for
elsewhere.
so long anymore.
A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it. The window's open. The last rays of sunlight can enter the house. Perfect. The shield's reflecting the light beam down into the cellar. The light beam is reflected by the little figure's mirror, but it's simply shining onto the floor. The light beam is I can't just
Get more of this stuff.
nothing else in there. The box is empty. A dragon's skull. It could have been a horntail, nasty creatures, but there are very few around these days. The last of them are now working almost exclusively as beasts of burden. They've not just lost their viciousness, they've lost their pride too. What?
A little bit stumped, but not terribly stumped.
A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it. A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it.
Stuff. Never mind.
Yoo-hoo!
I know you've never been down there, but there was a staff in the cellar, and there's a precious stone that belongs on the top of it, a ruby. Do you know where it is?
But of course, Mortimer. You asked me to hide it for you. Don't you remember?
I must have forgotten about that.
Oh, what would you do without me?
Could you please just give it to me? I just need it for a second.
What?
The jewel! And before you ask, I mean the stone that you put somewhere safe for me. And please don't tell me that you've forgotten.
How could I forget that? You said it was very important that no one found the stone.
Oh, okay. Now please can I have it back?
Why would I give a complete and utter stranger Mortimer's stone?
But I am Mortimer.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're too tall, too thin, too hairy, and you have those things there.
Wow.
I'm a friend of Mortimer. He's sent me to fetch something out of the cellar.
I have never seen you here before, and I never forget a face.
Please, it's urgent.
I do not know whether I can trust you. I would only give a really good friend of Mortimer's the jewel.
That's me. I saved his life. Well, maybe.
Really? If you are truly a good friend of Mortimer, then you will be able to give me the answer to the following question. What color is his underwear?
Red?
Hmm?
Is it red?
Red.
Mm-hmm.
He mostly wears red underwear.
That's right. Red silk underwear. But I'm still not quite satisfied. So, what is his cat's name?
His cat died some while ago. Her gravestone's outside. Her name was Kinski.
It was a tomcat. The poor thing was always so happy playing with my bandages.
Yes, very sad, very sad. But hopefully this proves that I am a good friend of old Mortimer, does it not?
You have only answered one of my questions.
2? You asked me about his underwear.
But why would his underwear be of any interest to me?
Oh, come on, don't change the subject. Are you going to give me that jewel now?
No, not yet. I have one last question. What
jeez.
did Count Grunschfeld or Pieperbock say to his adjutant Henninger shortly before the Battle of Budleberg?
Huh?
Wrong.
No, I just don't understand what you're talking about.
I am a trifle unsure about this too. It is a bit like a coded question.
And do you know the answer?
Of course. Mortimer told me.
And you haven't forgotten it?
Sounds like you forgot it.
No. So, what is the answer?
Grunschfeld made Henninger an offer that he couldn't refuse.
Really? So, what did he offer him?
He really made him an offer.
No. What did Grunschfeld say to Henninger?
He said, Henninger, I am your father.
What nonsense.
I can see dead people?
That was before the battle. No, that's all wrong. Now tell me, what did he say to his adjutant?
234, of course.
Oh? What?
234. I know all about that. Mortimer told me many times.
234 what?
How can anyone who is a good friend of Mortimer not know that?
But how? What?
234. Mortimer never told you that.
Well, yes. 234?
So it turns out that you aren't such a good friend after all then, if you don't even know anything about the 234.
Oh. Oh, that! You mean that 234?
Yes, exactly.
With that thingy?
Precisely. I see that you are a good friend of old Mortimer's after all.
Of course.
Splendid! Now that you've proven that, can you give me the jewel?
At last.
Ew.
Many thanks.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Fits perfectly. There are strange marks on the figure's pedestal. Looks like the figure may have been turned. I've got to try and turn it back to its original position. Excellent. The path is clear.
I got the book.
This must be the secret book. Oh, it's been written by hand and there are several pictures. There are a few words written in orange ink. That doesn't exist, does it? The artifact of divine fate. This is serious. I should get this book to the Archmage as quick as I can. As long as I don't bump into the sorcerer or his troll, I should manage to make Seastone by midday tomorrow. Shouldn't be a problem. Uh-oh.
Time to Indiana Jones it.
Ah!
Chapter 2.
Yeah.
This entire time I've only been on the prologue. Or actually, chapter 1. Prologue. Oh. Hide the bugs.
Bugs.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is that a bunny rabbit?
Was. Oh, okay.
Oh, thank God you didn't kill the bunny. I would seriously cry.
Why are you staring like that? Never seen a town guard before?
No. You're a human, aren't you?
Me? Yes, you could say that. Never been anything else.
Wow.
My name is Bartholomew Anton Shieldhand, Royal Town Guard of Seastone. And who are you?
My name is, Willow Brush, Weatherwood?
What kind of a name is that?
Well, it's just my name.
So you don't want to tell me your real name, then? On a secret mission, are we?
Where am I?
This lovely seaside resort. Residence of the Archmage and home of the sea shanty singers is Seastone.
Seastone? Then I made it!
Absolutely, I'd say. And here's me thinking that the orcs were firing grunts at our walls again.
I have to see the Archmage. It's urgent.
Then I wish you the best of luck. The guard at the upper gate follows very strict procedures. He won't let you through to the Archmage that easily.
What do you mean by upper town?
Well, the town's divided into the upper town and the lower town. The Archmage's tower is, of course, in the upper town.
And what's in the lower town?
Taverns, shops, the common people's dwellings. Well, at least they used to live there. Not anymore.
Where are the town's inhabitants?
Gone. Lots of them died when the town was besieged, and most of the survivors then went off with Gustav the Handsome to take revenge. That was rather less than successful.
And how many people are still living here?
Not so many anymore. If the Archmage hadn't had his tower here, the town would have probably been abandoned.
Sounds pretty sad.
But things will get better. Wait until we win the war, and everyone comes back. Well, those that are still alive.
But if almost no one lives here, who are you guarding?
Oh, I'm not guarding the inhabitants, I'm guarding the town. I'm guarding it like my father did before me and his father before him. But not his father, he was a blacksmith. But his brother-in-law was a town guard, and his father was a baker.
Interesting.
Wow.
Is the Archmage even in his tower at the moment?
I'm not allowed to give out any information on that subject. Those are the regulations.
Can you tell me anything about the Archmage? Do you know him personally?
Of course I know him. The Seastone Town Guard is also responsible for protecting the Archmage.
Why does he need protection if he's as powerful as everyone says?
Well, he's not exactly the greatest of warriors.
No?
No. He's more strange. He thinks about stuff, you know.
Strange. Why does he do that?
Who knows, who knows.
I have to go. I'll get in to see the Archmage one way or another.
Well, I never. I have to get back to my post too. My break's over. So, Willowbrush Weatherwood, who wants to become a pirate. Best of luck on your adventure. We'll no doubt bump into each other again.
Thanks, Mr. Shieldhand. See you later.
Alright, I think this is a good spot to end it today. Everybody, whoever was watching, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Do the liking, the subscribing, the thing that you're supposed to do in YouTube. Also,
subscribe.
yeah, and also I have Twitch, which is where I do most of my stuff. But we'll be back next Friday for part 2 of the
Bear.
Book of Unwritten Tales. Yes, Steffi.
Just a bear.
Just a bear.
Just a bear.
Unbearable. Anyways, everybody, thank you for watching too. If you're watching this and not watching it live. Have a good night. Have a good day. Whatever you're having, just have a good one.
Right. That's